enjoying Florida. The humidity is high, but so are my hopes because we have been thrifting and I can't wait to show you guys all of my finds. And then I'm gonna dip in that pool. We were excited to shop for treasures again in Florida. The last time we were here, we were in the Port Richey area. We were visiting family and we found a lot of great things. So I had high hopes. This time we were in the Central Florida area near the Villages, Lady Lake, and also the Wildwood area. I'll try to link everything below about all the places that we went. We also hit a few thrift stores, a few random stores, and we got to go to a couple of yard sales and some estate sales. So I didn't get footage of all of that, but enjoy some of the footage that I was able to get. And then don't forget to stay tuned because I have a great haul for you guys. These kind of booths, but my goodness, I get so overwhelmed. It's just too much stuff everywhere. I can't figure out what I'm looking at. I just can't. A couple of stores we went to would have these little baskets and they would be full of like jewelry, like brooches or smalls. So I really like digging through that. I did find a brooch, I think, in this pile, which I'm going to show you in my haul. But I can't remember if I bought anything else in this booth. This was interesting. It was all little small tiny bottles of perfume. They had all different kinds and really different prices. I think these are pretty much collectible, and they also had some brooches, but what a cool way to organize everything. I love those little pockets. This is cat liver's dream over here. welcome if it is your first time here. I've missed you, my pink truck pals. I've just returned from Florida. I'm going to share with you some clips of our trip along in this video, but let's get into it because I've got a huge haul. I don't actually remember a lot of what I bought. I will remember it when I see it, of course. But I am going to be opening these boxes for the first time since I purchased the items. So you guys are getting to see them for the first time and I'm getting to see them for the second time to jar my memory. So let's get into it. First, let's talk about this wonderful hat because this was a $1 purchase at a thrift store in Florida because I forgot to pack my own hat and I am allergic to the sun. So that, I mean, I really am photosensitive to the sun. So I have to slather in sunscreen and I always need a hat and I forgot to take my hat. So this really cool hat was a purchase at a thrift store. It did have a stain right there, but I needed it. It came in handy. So I am glad that I got that. Also, while we're at it, just since we're talking about my apparel, I did buy this shirt new. Ron John Surf Shop in Cocoa Beach. We didn't go and stay in Cocoa Beach, but we did take one day to drive over there. And I had to buy a shirt. You gotta get a shirt. You gotta get a souvenir for yourself. But look how pretty this is. No, you guys know pink is my favorite color. I am in a purple phase right now. I love purple. So it's a really pretty purple shirt. And wait till you see the back. It's so pretty. Hopefully you can see that. Let's get into this first box. Let me move some of this out of the way because I'm interested to remember. I think this was one of our first stops at like an antique vendor mall, and I actually don't remember what's in here. So you are going to be seeing it, witnessing my second seeing of this, your first seeing. So let's see what is in here. Everybody, we went everywhere we went. Everybody packed everything really well. So let's see. Oh, of course, brass. I did find a few brass items. You guys know I love them. Brass sells really hot. We got this really cool dish. It is a swan. And then look at the shape of that. I think that is so pretty. So that was one of the first items that we got at this store. And trying to remember which store this is. Yes, I forgot. I love it. Do you love when you buy stuff and they package it up and then you get home and you're like, it's like Christmas all over again. But I got this little Joseph's Originals. These do pretty well for me. It was in perfect condition. This is the birthstone one, and I believe this one is October because it has the little pink stone. This store, I do remember, was so reasonable. It did have antiques mixed with new items, but most of the stuff I got was vintage or antique, and the prices were amazing. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Okay, this was really cute. My husband saw it. It is a wooden bowl. Now, we weren't sure how vintage this was. It's so cute. Golfing is really big in Florida, but I also do very well in my Etsy shop with golf-related items or sports-related items. Comes in really great for Father's Day that we just had. And frogs are popular too, but he's a cute little frog sitting on a log. And he's got his golfing gear. And then this is like a trinket box, which a very pretty like wood grain on that. It's so exciting. Okay, another little brass item. So we got a little brass camel. It looks like, I'm pretty sure this was one of those things that was probably just $1 and we picked it up. But so cute, and brass does sell. I bet this came with like more camels, but I don't know. Okay, and the next item, this was a set of 3. So also brass, these are brass geese, flying geese. They're in really great condition, but they came as a set of 3. So the other 2 are probably in here, yes. For varying sizes. And then here's the little babies that are really popular, and they are wall decor. So I think these will do really well. That is all that was in the first box. Let's go on to the next item, which I'm going to get into a couple of these sacks. I do remember this. I was excited to find these. I don't remember what we paid for these. $7. So $7, and that was for a pair. These are the ones where it has the bendable metal, and then this part is wood, which there's the wood backing. And then they have 2 different scenes on them. Very, very pretty. Great price on those. Another brass item. This was a brass horse. Now that part of Florida, Central Florida, Ocala, Florida is known for their huge equestrian center. So there's actually a lot of horse stuff in Florida in that central area. And we kept running into quite a few pieces. This one was marked very low, reasonable. And since we haven't sold a horse, and I know horses are popular, I'm anxious to see how this does. I just think it's a beautiful little brass sculpture. We did see some that were brass that were really expensive. So we left those behind. Okay, next, I remember what this is. This is exciting. And it was lucite candles. These used to be so hard to find, and they are still hard to find in my area in Tennessee that are not outrageous. Like, it's nothing to see these marked $40, even maybe $30 a piece, which $60 for the set. And I got this set for $12. This one has silver flecks, it looks like, instead of gold. And they're still in really great condition. The end has a little bit of wear right there. But super pretty. So I will say that some of the items in Florida were marked a lot cheaper than you can get them here. And I am even regretting now not picking up more of these because we saw several pair that were that cheap. And I do think that I can get my money back and more. I would have liked to found the gold flecks. This is a silver, which I do like, but I like the gold flecks as well. Let me know if you run into these in your area. Perhaps your area, they are just really easy to find. Here in Tennessee, I run across them, but they are priced very, very high, way out of a reseller's price range and almost more than I would want to pay for retail. Okay, we're getting into another sack. Little creamer. These are the made in Italy. Sometimes these are vintage, sometimes they are kind of the ones you find at like Home Goods. This one was in really great shape. It was marked $12 and this booth was half off, so I got it for $6. I think it's really cute. People like these, and the little Italy pottery does pretty well, so I think that was a great find. Souvenir plates do well for me, and I got this Las Vegas plate. I've sold a couple of these that were in more kind of tropical type colors, but I thought this one was still kind of pretty. And I found this really pretty little jewelry box. I love these metal jewelry box, and this one is in really great shape, and it has the cameo on the front. So really, really liked that. This is a sweet little UNESCO mug in really great condition, and it still has this UNESCO sticker. It was marked $3.99. This booth also was half off, so I got it for like a little over $1. If this doesn't sell, I would use this because I think it's really sweet. And I love that it still has its original little sticker on the bottom. This little item was just this little brass. It's actually an old ashtray, but I just thought it was really cute. And it has the little statue of little, he's kind of, you know, little guy, he's using the bathroom. I don't know if since it was an ashtray, he was like putting out the ashes. I don't know. We just thought it was cute. I think it was like $1 or something. We thought it might be collectible, so we picked it up.
After a little more research, we realized it actually is collectible, and it all has to do with a Brussels folklore about a little legend that the young boys saved the whole city by urinating on the enemy's explosive fuses. So I guess I wasn't crazy to pick this up. I looked it up on eBay and several had sold. They kind of sell for different prices. There are some that are worth more than others, but not a bad deal.
One more piece in this sack, and it looks like it was another mug. I can't remember what we got. And it was a mug for $1, and it is a Far Side mug. The Far Side comic strip was really popular when I was growing up. I remember having a calendar and everything. It's kind of dry humor, and I always thought it was funny, but it says Crisis Clinic, and it's kind of like going over the falls. It was kind of a little bit of like sarcastic or dark humor, kind of funny, a little bit dry. I grew up with 4 brothers. They always thought it was funny. We always laughed at it. And this one is in really great condition, and it is dated 1981. So these vintage mugs usually do well. Somebody that collects Far Side or the cartoonist Gary Larson may be looking for something like that. So that's why I picked that one up as well. Okay, peeking in here, I remember this is from an estate sale. We looked up estate sales near us because there's usually a lot of them in Florida in that area. And there was only one that was really close. It was so close that we drove the golf cart there, which was fun. So on the first day of the sale, there was no discounts. So we kind of got a couple of items. Got this really pretty crucifix. These do really well. It was brass. It was actually just hanging on the wall. Then we got this really pretty dish. This one was marked $10. It has this really pretty hue to it. It's basically black, but when you get it in the light, it's almost like this really pretty cobalt blue. And it has this beautiful lit floral lid that has flowers on it, and it is trimmed in gold. It has this cool octagon shape to it, which I love. The original sticker on the bottom says Italy, so I think we did okay with that one, even though we did pay full price. Also paid full price for these because I know these sell really well. I've sold a bunch of these. Ton of Jimco Westinghouse. Now they do have their heyday. The colored ones and the other designs are basically way more desirable, I think, than the ones that just say salt and pepper. But these were in really great condition. And then these last two items were on full price day because they were not marked very high either. It's a little ginger jar, and it is the Satsuma little brand on there. You'll see that. And then sitting with it was the smaller one, also Satsuma. And this one has the flat lid with the beautiful peacock design and flower. Now, we didn't go on the second day, but we went on the last day of the estate sale, and that was called basket day. You could get a basket and fill the basket up, and then your basket was $10, no matter what you put in it. Now, on the last day, there were a lot of things that were already gone. But I did pick up these two little brooches on the jewelry table, and honestly, they were only marked $2 anyway. Pretty little hanging brooch, vintage brooch. It's not marked on the back, but in really great condition. And then also this one, which I thought was really pretty, which is a little cameo brooch and a little faux pearl down there hanging. No mark on that either, but I think those were a great deal. I picked up this really pretty Mikasa trinket dish. This is a Christmas trinket dish. It has holly leaves around it, and then it has this really pretty like apple design. My husband picked up a set of coasters. They're Hawaii coasters. They are vintage and they were in pretty good condition. I was able to snag this little reindeer, and it has a little UNESCO sticker on it. So I think it's probably UNESCO, but very cute. But it's a little ornament, and we stuck that in the basket. So still trying to fill up the basket. I went around and picked up these two towels. They were in great condition. I like picking up towels at like estate sales or yard sales if they look like they're almost brand new and never been used, because I feel like you can even use them for cleaning. And I went in the closet and I got all of these for my oldest daughter. Now, my oldest daughter lives in New York City. She is a corporate flight attendant, and they have to wear black suits separate. So she is always looking for good deals on suits. She has a ton of different ones, but she likes to kind of switch it up because you want to feel like you're wearing something different, even though it's always black. These were in the closet and they were so cute, and they ended up being basically the right size. They were all like a petite medium, which would be perfect for my daughter, but just the cutest little black jackets. So cute. And they had this one. This one was a size 10, which I think she can wear. And it was also in really good condition. It's fully lined. And then the last one was Worthington Petite, which is a good brand. It was also fully lined. Another really nice little suit jacket, which I'll just have them cleaned. That one actually had a pair of Zoe and Rachel slacks. And they are a size medium. So all of those basically I was getting for $1 or $2 a piece, which I don't think is bad. My kids are grown. They do not need me to be buying them clothes. I don't know what it is. Sometimes when you're a mother, you just always constantly are looking for stuff for your kids, even if your kids are in their 30s. So with the clothes and everything in there, it pretty much filled up. It's like a little shopping basket. And I don't know, I think my husband might have got a few things for himself, maybe tools or something, but not for resale, but just like some things that we found. That was on the last day. That was really fun. We took our purchases and we had to use the seat belt to hold them in the back seat of the golf cart so that we could then get home with our back to the place where we were staying. That was a lot of fun. That was all that I got at the estate sale. And now I have one large box left and we're down to this box. Remember this box? This was Florida's Antique Mall in, I think, Wildwood. I will put all of the locations below just in case you're in the area. I picked up these 4 mugs. Asian decor does really well for me. These are little geisha mugs, and there were 4 different porcelain mugs. They were not marked on the bottom. Got all 4 of them for like $8. So I think that was a really great deal. I got these gorgeous pink glasses. They are beautiful. I need to look them up. I'm not sure what design this is or even brand. Oh, I totally forgot I got this. Okay, my husband got this for me. You guys know, I will show you, I'll insert a picture. I collect the UNESCO praying ladies. These are from the 1950s and they are getting increasingly harder to find because most of them are broken. Still have some that I have not found. And this was one of the ones that I had not found. And they did have it at that little antique mall. And this one is the Queen for a Day, Mother, Queen for Every Day. And it has like, she's holding like a little crown, which pretty much looks like a little laundry basket. My husband paid full price for this. It was $29, but we got it because it was in such great condition. She didn't have any damage other than a little bit of paint loss. So let me know if you see these in your area. They come in pink and there's also a blue set. There's a canister set that goes with it. There's a few larger pieces. And every time I find those, they're either cracked or like way too expensive. So I'm happy to add another little piece to my collection and I'll show you when I get it put on the shelf. This is a super cute set. I've actually sold this 2 times before, and it's basically like a little drink set. It's pink and black, and it says ours, and then it has one that says you, and the other one says me. So it's a little cocktail set. You're supposed to like mix up your drink, I guess, and pour it in there. I don't remember this. I'm sure this is something that my husband picked up because it looks like it was probably $1. That's the original price. It looks like it was $1.50. It says for my best friend, and then inside it has what I guess is supposed to be poop. I don't know. Men's humor, I'm not going to ever understand, but usually he picks up something sports related. This time he picked up some kind of poop novelty gift. I'm assuming he's probably taking this to someone at work. I'm not sure. So I don't remember getting that unless the place gave it to us as a free gift, but I don't see that happening. A lot of brooches there, and I did pick this one up. I thought it was really pretty. It kind of has like the enamel on there. There you go. You can see it better. Really pretty. It has 2 pins on the back. I'm not seeing a marking on this one. I know Bob Mackie, I think it was Bob Mackie, had one very similar to this, but it was a little bit more intricate detail. I do think I got quite a bit of treasures. I honestly thought that it would be more than this. Now looking at it, it doesn't look like hardly as much as I thought it would be. I'm going to try to get these listed and linked below for you if you want to get a better look at something. If you ever see something that is not linked that you have a question about in one of my videos, send me an email. It's pinktruckpicker@gmail.com. I will put it down below for you. You can always email me about something. I will let you know if that item is sold or if I'm keeping it or if it broke or why I haven't got it listed. Perhaps I was just lazy and didn't get it listed yet. I will let you know that. It's always nice to get away, but it's also always nice to get back home. I am glad to be back and get back into the groove of things of listing and selling and shipping. Until next time, bye. Doing old people things.